everyone. Thank you so much for joining another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, a podcast dedicated to spotlighting the local community, the local businesses, and just talk about why they like running their business in Flagler, why they like being in Flagler, or just this general area in Florida. I know it's a really great area. So thank you so much to my guest, Barbara, for being on here today. I really appreciate it.
Hi,
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me on here. Thank
Of
you so
course.
much.
Yeah, of course. I met Barbara at the holiday market that is an annual holiday market that runs on the Flagler Fairgrounds. And she was having this cute, gorgeous little booth. And she had these like the cutest, what's it like? It was, I'm meant to be your real estate agent. Is that it was something
hmm
like that. It was a little like bag with some mints and her business card, and it was so cute. I had to stop by and we struck up a lovely conversation, her, me, and my dad. So Barbara here is a real estate agent. She has been in the industry since 2005, has had her license since 2007, her broker's license since 2016, and then she opened up her own brokerage, Champion Realty in Florida in 2020. And we were just talking about this really funny story about how she got all of the approvals, everything ready to go the exact week of shutdowns. So, Barbara, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I would love for you to talk a little bit on maybe not that aspect, but just being in the real estate industry down here in Florida. What have you liked about it? What got you into it?
what actually got me into it was I was going through a divorce and I was looking for a home for myself. And I found a home, and the real estate agent, I was talking to her, telling her I was going through a divorce and we had to sell our property, just making casual conversation. And she asked me to tell her a little bit about uh, the home and everything. So I brought her up, all this paperwork and everything on it. And she's like, you know how to do that? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, I really need an assistant. Would you like to be my assistant? And at that time, I was working at Subway. I was an assistant manager there. I'd been working there for almost 4 years at that point. And I was like, sure. And so I became her assistant part time. And from there, eventually, she talked me into getting my real estate license. I wasn't going to, I had no interest at all in getting my real estate license. I thought that's just not me. But when she changed companies, she said, are you coming with me? And I'm like, well, I'm your assistant. Yes. And when we changed companies, I had to go up to sign some paperwork to be her assistant. And she told me the broker there was so impressed that I got there within the hour of her calling me. He said, if you want to become licensed, I'll pay half your classes. And at that time, I think they were like $350. And I was a single mom trying to put my daughter through college. And I was like, how you gonna beat that? So I went and I took the classes. I got my real estate license. And she and I worked together for a while, and then she branched off and got her own company. And then I stayed with that company for a while and just started doing my own thing, working on my own, got enough confidence and knowledge of the business, started doing it on my own as well. And actually, a few years later, I transferred over to her company again, worked with her for a few years. And I was thinking about, it's time to get my own company. And I had people at that time telling me, you should go ahead, do it. And
Hmm.
I'm like, I never thought I'd be able to do it. So I'm like, that'd be a good idea, but I don't think I could do that. But things changed, things happened, and it got to the point where, yeah, I think I want to do this. And I started my own company. Um, had a few things. The company is actually in remembrance to uh, my boyfriend at the time, we had known each other for about 35 years, and we had been together not quite 5 years. And he was one of the main ones that was telling me, and we had talked about doing the company because he'd help take pictures and everything. And I had a deal, and I'm like, okay, when this deal closes, then we're going to do it. Well, the night that deal went under contract, he suddenly passed away.
I'm
And
sorry to
I had
hear.
kind of, yeah, I had kind of given up on that. And one day I woke up and things had changed with the company I was with. And a friend of mine had asked me to be broker over their company. And I was broker for that company, and just things had changed. And I thought, it's time. So I went and uh, got my license, and that's how it came to be. And
Oh,
that was again back in 2020.
hmm.
Now, I into a new relationship, and we're trying to keep the company and build it and put up the name.
That's awesome. That's so glad to hear. I'm so glad that you're able to honor that memory that you had with the company, and I'm sure you're working hard with it as well. How so correct me if I'm wrong, you've been in Florida the entire time in the real estate industry. Is
Yes.
that okay? How have you noticed the real estate industry changing? Especially I feel like in this area, Putnam, Flagler, I feel like they weren't as like, maybe Orlando or Altamont, in comparison to the market. How have you seen maybe the market grow, the clients, anything like that?
Um, the market's changing. The funny thing is, during COVID, all of us thought that we were going to starve to death. When COVID hit, we're like, oh
Right.
no. And it went totally the other way.
Right.
And so that was pretty crazy. And now it's been kind of mixed market. People are still buying. It looks good. Things slowed slightly for the holidays, but they're still out there. They're still buying. I'm getting calls every day, listing, selling.
Right. Yeah, because I think especially there's a lot going on, and I know a lot of people have talked about the ups and downs of it, but I think in the long run, a lot of people are eyeing Florida uh for moving or relocating or something like that, or a part-time home. It's been really attractive since everything
Hmm.
that's happened. Um, how have you liked being in the Putnam Flagler area? Because you don't just serve Flagler, you also serve Putnam County, which is awesome.
I serve Putnam County. I also go all the way a little bit into Volusia County, into Astor
Oh
and
wow.
Seville. But I like it. There's a lot of waterfront properties in Putnam County and Benel, a lot of acreage. Um, the beautiful property.
Hmm.
And there, I love helping people and helping, them reaching their real estate goals and what they want and need to do. Sometimes it's a happy thing, sometimes it's a sad thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, helping the community, especially I feel like the communities in these surrounding areas, I would say for the most part, they're pretty tight knit, at least what I'm compared to where I
Hmm.
come from. We're so big, it's like you could go to the mall 5 times and you would probably not see that many people that you know, versus like I go to my local Target and I usually know at least like one or two people there when I just go any random
Right.
time, which is great. That's a huge reason why I moved here. For you, is there anything, I mean, I know you were a broker for a little bit before you opened your own uh, real estate broker, like your own company. Is there anything that
Hmm.
you've learned that you didn't realize you were going to learn, or any surprises that you're like, oh, I didn't know this was a new skill I was going to take on?
All of it. All of it. Um, from being a real estate broker, from being an agent, that's a
Hmm.
big difference. Each deal you do, I don't think any of them are ever the same. There's always, and my real estate friends always laugh at me because I always seem to get the challenging ones, and which that's good because it's neat. You learn new things, and it's good when people have no hope to see them get to the other side of it and be able to help them.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, as far as different skills, I never thought I'd be able to read a survey when I very first started. That was being, the northeast quarter of the southeast, and know
Oh
what I was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
Oh yeah. That yeah, I'm sure that was a huge thing to undertake. But I'm sure you're just a
Yeah,
master at it now.
that was on the real estate exam, and when I saw it, I'm like, oh no. But yeah, any of this, I never thought I could do any of it. So it's been
Yeah.
quite a learning experience. And a lot of people think, oh, you just go right down and throw them online or in a
Hmm.
magazine, write a contract, and it's over. There's so much more to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely. And creating up like a follow-up system to like check on prospects, on clients, and just making sure you cultivate that relationship with your clients, I feel like is such an underrated factor. And I think it's really what makes a good real estate agent stand out.
yes, and you have the deadlines, and you have to keep everybody on track, not just your people, but the agents. We keep each other on track. The title companies, lenders, different things. Everybody, you know, to make sure everybody's on point because we're all human, and uh,
Hmm.
sometimes you get busy, so we all
It's
have to
true.
track each other.
Yeah. Yeah. So one last question before we head out. Um, we met at the holiday market at the Flagler Fairgrounds, which is just a crazy big market. There are so many businesses, there are so many people.
Yes.
But it's also a great way to connect with the community. And I think that's what I've noticed a lot when I talk to people. And I know that was, as I mentioned, a huge attraction for me moving, my family moving to this area, is we noticed it was a very tight-knit community. Is there any advice that you have for either new people or people who are just kind of opening their business? Maybe they've been here, but they don't know really how to network. Is there any advice that you give for someone kind of looking to break into the community or to get involved with their local community?
Definitely do any kind of networking events, that they have. Go there, talk
Hmm.
to people. Don't be afraid and don't sit back and kind of hide. You have to get yourself out there, get known, whether it's social media, network in person, face to face, get to know people, talk to them, and don't be afraid to get out there and do that.
Yeah, I think that's a really great piece of advice. I know sometimes it can be easier said than done. I know, especially on
Yes.
my end, like I go to network, I've been to so many networking events where I just like don't want to talk to people, but I know that I
Mm-hmm.
have to. But I think just having that first conversation with someone really breaks you out of your shell and eases you into that. Because networking,
Right.
especially in a new area, I know for me myself, it was like so daunting to be in a room where I feel like everyone knew each other except you, and you were just like standing there, like, I don't know who to talk to. um,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this Flagler, Putnam, Volusia, they've definitely been very welcoming to new people because I just know so many people are moving down here that everyone's
Yes.
excited to meet all the new people. Usually we're all from the north.
Uh-huh.
And sharing that with all the Floridians down here. So yeah. Well, Barbara, thank you so much for taking the time and spending a few minutes with me. I really appreciated your insight on opening your business, the different changes it's gone through, the different seasons it's gone through, and breaking into the community. Is there any last thing you'd kind of like to throw out there before you wrap it up?
Um, just as far as new people, don't be afraid. Don't listen to other people. Do what you want to do. Um, and for anybody looking to buy or sell a home, feel free to contact me.
Perfect. And I'll make sure, what is the best way for someone to contact you? I know you have a website that I'll definitely make sure I put in the description. Is there any email or any Facebook page or anything that you would best like to be contacted?
I have Facebook page, Champion Realty of Florida, LLC. My phone number, you can call or text me at 386-559-8746. And my email address is barbara@championrealtyfl.com.
Perfect. And like I said, I'll have all of that information in the description so people can access that just a little easier and reach out to Barbara. She definitely knows what she's doing. She's been around. She can tell you a lot of great things in the area. So again, Barbara, thank you for the time. I appreciate it. This was a total blast for me.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I had a good
Of course.
time as well, and I appreciate it very, very much.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you all next time. Bye.